May I have your attention, please? If you please take your seats, we'll get the July 11th agenda meeting of the County Commission underway. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound. Everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevators. Once you have reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building. Quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles. In the event of severe weather in the area, the chairperson or the committee will determine if there is a need to evacuate to the designated severe weather shelter. If the chairperson recommends the evacuation to the designated severe weather shelter, everyone should go to the second floor by using the interior stairwell. Severe weather shelter area is marked by signage. Please do not leave the shelter until the severe weather has left the area. Also, please be mindful of others. Will you please do the roll call, ma'am?
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 members present, 4 absent, to include Commissioners Akerd, Bennett, Monroe, and Samples.
We do know, obviously, that Commissioner Samples is ill. Please remember him in your prayers. I'll now stand for a motion to set tonight's agenda.
So moved.
If you will hit your...
There we go.
Do I have a second? Commissioner Lewis.
Wait just 1 second. Sorry.
Not bad.
Bear with me just 1 second, please.
Okay.
Let me state that if you do have a question or wish to speak tonight, please hit the button on your microphone in front of you so I can recognize you on this. It's a little bit easier to do it that way than it is to see it on the little Granicus board.
Restart button.
If you're ready, we will vote. Just a second. Let's make sure everyone's working.
Thanks.
Everyone ready? I'm ready.
Miss Miller needs to. Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes.
Thank you very much. The agenda is set. Now I ask public input on any items on the agenda. Anyone wish to speak tonight? Seeing none, we will move forward. I now stand for a motion to approve the minutes of the June 6, 2017 Agenda Committee meeting.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Moon with a motion. Do I have a second? Mr. Carver with a second. Any changes or alterations? If you would, please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes.
Thank you very much. Moving forward to the consent calendar. Do I have a motion to forward the consent calendar to the full commission?
Second.
Mr. French and Mr. Allen. Seeing no lights or alterations, please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes.
Thank you very much. Under E, unfinished business, no unfinished business is showing. We'll move to item F for new business. We are currently showing one budget transfer, which has been forwarded by the Budget Committee. I'll stand for a motion to forward this to the full commission. Thank you, Mr. Gaylor. Do I have a second? Mr. Carver? Any questions, statements, or alterations? Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 16 yes votes and 1 abstain.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Moving on, we have 3 budget increases. First one is Resolution 1707-003, Fund 112. To have a motion, please.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion forward to full commission by Mr. Lewis. To have a second.
Second.
Mr. Carter. Any questions? Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Moving on. Next item's Resolution 17-07-001, General County Recycling. Do I have a motion forward to full commission?
So moved.
Commissioner Carver, do I have a second? Commissioner Caskey? Seeing no lights, please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 16 yes votes and 1 abstain.
Thank you very much. Now moving forward with this, the fact that this extends beyond the end of the current fiscal year, I'll stand for motion forward to full commission. Mr. Caskey, do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Bowers? Seeing no lights, please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 16 yes votes and 1 abstain.
Thank you very much. Moving forward. Item B, Animal Center.
So moved.
Do I have a second? Get you little. Okay, we've got one.
I can fix it.
Okay. Any questions? Please vote.
Second. Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes.
That will go forward. Next item. The item C, grant application request. Have a motion to move this forward to the full commission.
Move forward, Mr. Chairman. Second.
Commissioner Moon and Commissioner Carver on second. Any questions? Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 16 yes votes and 1 abstain.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item D, capital outlay note. Do I have a motion to move forward to full commission?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Lewis, do I have a second? Commissioner Moon? Commissioner Moon, 1 second.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, if you could recognize Mr. Vineyard so he can kind of lead us through what this resolution takes care of. Thank you.
Mr. Vineyard?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The County Commission has adopted the operating budget for the county. In that budget adoption, it had included capital outlay proceeds from the school general purpose school fund. Additionally, you approved in a separate action the approval of a capital outlay note whereby the county would lend money to the school system to fund $1.2 million of capital outlay projects in the school budget. The application has been submitted to the state. We were advised earlier this afternoon that it has been prepared by the analyst and ready for her supervisor's approval, and we've been told that it meets all the requirements of the state. We just do not have the letter yet. The funding for the capital outlay note will be coming from cash out of the debt service fund. So you'll have a reduction, if you approve this on next week, you'll have a reduction of the school operating fund and an increase by a similar amount in the school's education capital fund so that we can account for the capital projects there in addition to the 4 cents that you've already previously approved. And then there will be a reduction of cash and a use of fund balance in the debt service fund to provide the cash to make all that happen. The school request was that the request to the state that we've asked for approval on is a repayment schedule over 7 years at a annual cost of about $189,700 a year.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to E. Resolution 1707-005, establishing an agreement that extends beyond the end of the fiscal year. I'll stand for motion to forward this to the full commission.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Kaler, Mr. Carver, any questions? Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 15 yes votes, 1 no vote, and 1 abstain.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item 5. I'm sorry, 4. Resolution 17-07-012, support community service bank block grant. Stand for motion to forward to the full commission.
So moved.
Commissioner Carver, do I have a second? Commissioner Moon?
Who seconded the motion?
Commissioner
You did?
Moon.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
Bear with me just 1 second, Commissioner Stinnett. You ready? Commissioner Stinnett, you're recognized.
Chairman, the Executive Director David Buchanan is here, and I would like to ask him some questions about this so to make sure that the commission understands how this is going to affect us.
Well, you need to direct the questions to the chair. I will ask him to step to the podium, and we'll go from there. If you would, please step to the podium. Now, Mr. Stinnett,
Chairman.
what's your question?
I'd like to make sure I understand how this is going to affect his committee, his agency, and how it's going to affect Blount County if we don't get the support from the federal government that this money supplies.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna recognize you. You heard the question.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you an opportunity to describe exactly what is involved. If you would,
Well,
please, sir.
it's fairly simple. Our entire budget for the agency last year was a little over $1 million. And we are working on our new budget for next year. But if you count up the CSBG, the Community Service Block Grant, which totaled last year over $196,000, the low-income heat an energy assistant program, which is called LIHEAP, totaled over $779,000. And then the weatherization program, which totaled close to $68,000. That's a total impact of $43,350,000 on our budget. So that would leave us an operating fund of right at $700,000, which we could not operate. And the CSBG and LIHEAP provide, LIHEAP in particular, keeps people in their homes. It pays utility bills that would not be paid otherwise. We're putting in, that money goes into the local economy, paying utility bills with Blount, with Maryville City, and with Alcoa. It does all of those things. CSBG reaches out and has a lot of fingers where it reaches a lot of people that are in need, helping them find jobs, providing for emergency dental assistance. And weatherization provides the opportunity for them to get their houses to where they heat better and cool better to reduce the load that it is on their budgets to heat and cool their homes. So it would be devastating if the federal government did not fund that. The current federal budget has zeroed out all three of those programs. That's proposed by the president. Now, Congress will be deciding that, not the president. And there are a lot of folks who believe in these programs, and we're hopeful that will not happen, but that's the impact it would have on the community. And it would really impact, because those folks who get help from us are going to go somewhere for help. And it generally would fall to the county to do that.
Does that answer your question?
Thank you, Chairman.
You're very welcome. If you would just hold still just a second, because I don't know that I'll have a question for you, but there's a real good chance of it. Commissioner Daly, you're recognized.
Did you say Daly? Yes, thank you. I didn't catch the name of this agency or whatever this young man is representing, so I'd like to know that, and I would like to know how these people, what is the requirements for them to get this? I mean, do you have to be unemployed? You have to be, I know there's some standards for people to get this, and I don't know what that is.
First of all, we're the Blount County Community Action Agency. That's the name of the agency.
Blount County Community Action. It's in the resolution, ma'am.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was out of the country and didn't read this.
Okay.
I had no computer.
I can't answer specifically the requirements, but I do know that low income, the grant that we received through LIHEAP and through the CSBG, they have certain requirements. LIHEAP, I believe, they have to be at or below 125% of the federal poverty guideline. And then with CSBG, I believe it's 150% or below the federal poverty guideline. And most of these folks are TANF recipients. Most of these folks are food stamp recipients. A lot of these people are elderly, and but we also have young families that are coming in. So that's the clientele that these programs provide.
Okay, thank you.
That answer your question, ma'am? Thank you very much. I see no lights. You can have your seat now.
Thank you.
Seeing no lights, please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 15 yes votes, 1 no, and 1 abstain.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Moving forward. The last item I see is number 5, which is setting of the public hearing to reason.
Move the forward full commission for setting public hearing.
Can you give the time?
6 p.m.? Correct. Do I have a second? Commissioner Allen, thank you, sir. Seeing no lights, please vote. Big pardon?
Okay, go ahead. Just typing some notes. There are 17 yes votes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Announcements and statements. All right, I'm not doing this. Turn you off. Regular commission meeting will be July 20th in this room at 7 p.m. The Human Resources Committee meeting previously scheduled for July the 18th has been canceled. Anyone else wish to have an announcement or statement? Seeing none, request for public input on items not on the agenda. Anyone wish to speak? Seeing no hands, I'll stand for a motion to adjourn. This meeting is adjourned.